What's going on, everyone? This is Josh from PassionAndPaychecks.com, and in this video I'm bringing you guys the second update in my website flipping case study. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and read my very first post and the first video that I did where I introduced you to this case study and how I bought a website off of Flippa and how I'm going to grow it and then sell it 6 to 12 months down the road for a profit. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back, watch the first video, and then come back and check out this second update. So for those of you guys who know what I'm talking about and saw the first part, thank you so much. I got such good feedback and response from my very first introduction post to this case study that I'll be continuing on with it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this update just as much as you guys enjoyed the very first one. So let's get right into it. If you guys remember, one of the biggest obstacles or challenges that I needed to do with this website was switch it over from an HTML website over to a WordPress website. Doing this will allow me to better work in the back end in terms of adding content, changing links, and all that kind of stuff that I'm used to, because I'm used to using WordPress. So moving over to WordPress will make it a lot easier on me, but also make it a lot easier on Google, because the HTML site was very under-optimized in terms of website structure, as well as linking and overall userability of the user. So moving it to WordPress was a major thing that I wanted to do first and foremost. So over here on the right hand side, you can see what the website looked like before as an old HTML website. So now let's take a look at what it looks like now as a WordPress website. So here's the home page of the website now. This is live. This is what the website looks like right now as I'm doing this video. As you can see, it looks pretty much the same as the first one. It has the same basic feel to it, and I did that on purpose just to try to make it as similar as possible to the old website. So here's what it looks like, and like I said, this is a really basic website, so there's not a whole lot to show you guys, but you can see what it looks like and you guys can check it out for yourself if you want to. So that is one major thing I did, was I moved it on over to WordPress. And guys, before I go any further, I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning of the video, but I'm currently making this video at the airport, so if I apologize for any background noises or overcom soundings of people getting told to board their flights, I apologize for that, and any background noises, and there shouldn't be any problems in future videos. So just letting you guys know about that now before you guys get too pissed off with all the background noise. So back to the video. So like I said, moving the website to WordPress was one of the major reasons for moving it, was because to improve the overall website structure. So doing that also improves the website speed, which is a major thing if you want to keep your visitors on your website and not having them go back to Google search. So here on the right hand side in this image, you can see what the website looked like as an HTML site. It had 80 out of 100 in terms of the website speed according to Google. And then after I moved it over to WordPress, that's all I did was move it over to WordPress. It boosted from an 80 out of 100 to 91 out of 100, which is very, very good. So I'm happy about that. Another thing that I did, let's just go back really quick because I remember seeing this. So look, this is on the old HTML site when I plugged it into Google's Page Insights, I think it's called. So look at this. Even though it's not on the video, on this image explicitly, you can still see, look at mobile. There's a huge red exclamation point. And the reason why that is because it is not mobile friendly, which means that the website is not usable at all for users on their mobile phone or tablet. So that is another thing that I really wanted to do, was to make the website mobile friendly. So here is the website being ran through Google's mobile friendly test after being moved to WordPress and installing the plugin WP Touch. And doing that automatically makes the website mobile friendly and makes it a lot easier for people on their phones or tablets to move about the site. So as you can see right now, it is now mobile friendly, which will hopefully make the user experience for mobile users much better, and hopefully that translates on over to more revenue for mobile users as well. So that was really awesome that got all figured out. Another thing that I did, and I just want to touch on this briefly, was that I fixed all the URL structure. So when it moved from the HTML site to the WordPress site, a lot of the URL structures could have changed, and they did change. And if I didn't fix these, then all of the old URL structures would lose their rankings, would lose all the rankings in Google, which would in turn pretty much lose all the traffic. So I needed to make sure that I properly switched HTML to WordPress and kept all the same URL structures to maintain the current rankings that it had. And one of the biggest problems that I came across was that on the HTML website, the old URL structure had capital letters in it, such as this right here. Let's go back. Such as this right here, HVAC was all capitalized letters. Then when it got moved over to WordPress, that capitalized HVAC got put into lowercase HVAC right here. And then when Google, so there was two different URL structures right here on the website, and Google viewed both of these URL structures as two different pages on the website. And that has many problems because it's duplicate content. Google doesn't know which page to rank higher in Google, and overall it's just a bad situation to have on your site. So what I did to remedy this situation was I 301 redirected all of the URL structures with capital letters into them, got 301 directed to the URL structures with the lowercase letters like this. So now there shouldn't be any more problems with duplicate content, and Google should know exactly what page to rank now in Google. So that was very important that I made that, fix that problem as it came up. And one of the major reasons for me figuring out this problem was I submitted my site to Google Search Console, which allows me to view any crawl errors or anything like that that Google finds on my website. So what I did was I came on over here to Google Search Console. I came over here to crawl. First thing I did was I submitted my sitemap. I submitted my sitemap to Google Search Console so that it knew how to crawl my website to find all the new pages and 301 redirects that I submitted. So as you guys can see, there's 31 submitted pages, and Google has indexed 27 of them so far, so not too bad. So then once I did that, I waited a couple of days, and I wanted to see if there were any errors from Google crawling my website, such as 404 pages, mess ups in the 301 redirects, or anything like that. So having Google Search Console, having submitted my site to Google Search Console, I'm able to find any problems that has arisen from the switch from HTML to WordPress. So as you can see, everything looks pretty good, and I'm on this straight and narrow at this point. So that is awesome, but I just want to let you guys know that I submitted the site to Google Search Console, and there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with this in the future, which I will touch on in the future updates. So now into the good stuff that I'm sure you guys are more interested in instead of transferring the site to WordPress. So I actually added AdSense to the website about a week ago, so that site has now officially earned me some money. So let's check out that really quick. As you can see, not a whole lot of data to work with, not a whole lot of days, but the website has earned a total of $42.57 so far, which is pretty sweet. The page RPM is $43, which is extremely high, but that is pretty much what I expected from this website. So that's really cool. And then right now there's only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So it's actually only 1 week. So let's just turn this into, this is 1 week's earnings. So 4 times 4 equals $160. So this website is on pace as of right now to earn $160 per month. So obviously it's only the first week and not a lot of split testing, and I'm only using AdSense at this point, but it is interesting to see that if it keeps up this pace, it'll earn $160 per month. So that's a little bit more than it was earning before I bought it, which is cool, but I think I can get this to a much higher earnings per month. But I just want to quickly show you guys the AdSense earnings so far on this site, and I'll dig a little bit more deeper into the AdSense earnings and what I'm doing in the actual article and in future updates as well. So another thing that I want to show you guys is that I added Google Analytics to the website, which is super important because I want to track how many visitors coming to the site, what's going on, and making sure everything is running smoothly. So here is the Google Analytics traffic data so far in the first week that it has been under my ownership. As you can see, not a whole lot of data to work with as well, but one thing you might notice is that this decline of traffic right here, and that is not to be, I'm not too worried about that because when I researched this website in the past, I realized that the traffic had ups and downs in terms of what day of the week it was. So during the weekends, the traffic declined, and then back during the week, the traffic got an uptick in a surge in traffic. So as you can see right here, Wednesday, the peak of the week was at 216, and then as it got closer to the weekend, then in the weekend, it declined right here and is now leveling out. And I'm assuming once it gets into Monday and then Tuesday and Wednesday, it'll spike back up to these levels right here. So we'll keep an eye on that just to make sure everything is okay, but I'm assuming that is what's going to happen, and I'm not too worried about this decline right here. So like I said, guys, not a whole lot of data to look at in terms of the traffic right now. But in future updates, when I have like 2 or 3 weeks worth of data, I'll dive more into it and explain my thoughts on it. But for right now, I just want to show you guys what's going on in terms of the traffic so far. So there's that. And then that pretty much does it for everything that I've done so far in terms of since I've gotten ownership of the website. But I really want to quickly discuss some of my future plans that I have for this website, as well as this case study in terms of future updates. So one of the major things that I want to document and share with you all is my keyword research process and how I go about doing that for all my websites that I own. So in future updates, probably the next update, I'll be making a lot of videos and tutorials on how I go about keyword research, how I find the keywords that I want to target, and all that type of good stuff. So I'll be doing a lot of keyword research for the site in the upcoming updates. And then once I find these keywords that I want to that I want to start targeting with content, I will go over to Upwork, hire a new writer that will be writing all this content for the website. And I'll show you guys all that too. I'll show you guys how I hire writers, how I give them the article outlines, how I tell them what to write, how to write it, all that good stuff. So you guys will see exactly how I go about outsourcing all my content. So that's really cool. Once I get the content from the writer, I'll be adding new content to the site and hopefully ranking for these new keywords as soon as possible. One possible idea that I'm thinking about and kind of tossing around in my head right now is possibly adding a directory to the website. So what I mean by this is having a directory that has all 50 states in the United States, along with the major cities, and then go reach out to local HVAC college programs or HVAC training programs and ask them if they want to pay a yearly or possibly a monthly fee to be listed in this directory. And that could be an alternative revenue source aside from ad revenue, such as AdSense and other things like that. So that's something I'm currently thinking about. Shout out to the guy that left this idea in the Reddit post last week. So shout out to you, whoever you are. Great idea that got me thinking. I'm definitely thinking about implementing it as well. So there's that. I also want to show you guys how to optimize your search engine rankings via Google Search Console, which I'll show you guys in future updates once there's a little more data to work with. But there's a lot of cool things that you can do to improve your organic search just by using Google Search Console and optimizing your current content. So there's that, and then last but not least, hopefully get accepted into all the ad networks that I've applied to. So I've applied to 3 different ad networks, which is Media.net, Campus Explorer, and QuinStreet. So I'm still waiting to hear back from all of them. And until I do, I'm just going to be using AdSense on the website and see how that pans out in terms of revenue. But once I get accepted into these other ad networks, I'll be adding those ads from those ad networks to the site and testing and figuring out and split testing what ad networks work best and what return the best best earnings in terms of revenue per user, revenue per 100 users, and all that kind of good stuff, which I will get into in later updates and explain to you exactly what I mean. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for this update. I don't want to make it too long, but if you guys want to make sure you never miss another case study update, make sure you guys subscribe below, and so that you will get notified of all the new case study videos that come out. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like or a comment below. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future case study updates. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk to you guys all in the next video. Thank you, guys.